last weekend we went camping up at old mate's farm just out of Atherton. Awesome place to go if you're ever up that area. Lots of good horse trail rides and just a great spot. Anyway, while we were there, we were having some showers using the connection on the X1 and managed to break off a little red bit, which is this bit here. Now, luckily we were able to go into Atherton to get some new brass fittings, but it's certainly not a fun job. So if you've got any doubt about yours, just get the spares before you go. This is the bit that you need to replace. Oh, helicopter, haven't heard one of them for a long time. And this little bit goes where this brass fitting is, just here. So when you hook the hose into it, I think this moves up and down a few times and it just snaps off on that connection there. So it's a bit of a pain, but actually replacing it is an even bigger one. Just getting the thread off the fitting on the back of it, on the plastic one, was a bit of a nightmare because the whole thing was turning. I think I heard somebody say they got theirs off just by undoing it, but I didn't have that luck. So we have to move around the back and you end up down in there. Now if you don't have an appropriate sized child to get in there and do it for you, it's a bit of a pain to climb in there, but I'll do it now and just show you where all the connections are. Hopefully they're a bit hard to see, and the spanners that you're going to need to replace it. When I did mine up in the bush, we only had a little shifter, maybe a 6-inch one, which worked perfectly fine, but having had a play with it once we got home, both connections seem to be a 19. A little bit smaller than a 19, but an 18 is too small. So a 19 will do the job. Now, you just have to get to it way down in there. So you need to slide your spanner down in through here and onto it. Not quite sure if that's in focus, but you can see there, and that's enough to hold it, and that's the inside. So obviously you're going to need somebody on the outside trying to turn the fitting to do it up. It's actually a bit dusty in here too. Let's get onto that. So you can see right at the back there, oh it's a bit too bright, that 19mm fitting. Now obviously there's not enough room to swing a cat in there, let alone a full-size spanner. We managed to hold it with just a pair of pliers, but I think for future I might actually just find a cheap 19mm spanner and cut the length of it down enough so it can get in there, so you can either swing it back a little bit without much room, or just to hold it so we can get to it from the other side. You also need to replace this fitting, which actually goes onto the hose for the shower. It was only a couple of extra bucks. And it does fit into the hose. It is quite loose, but you can do this Jubilee camp up here tight enough to hold it. So while it's not an overly difficult job, it is really fiddly. So maybe check it before you go. I'll try and find the part numbers and stuff on Bunnings and put them up as well in the description. And hopefully that'll help somebody out if you come across a broken one of those red connectors. Right, catch you next time.